Hello everybody and welcome back. I thought I would do another classic movie review, and I thought I would do another one from the 80s, and I chose Midnight Run starring Robert De Niro and Charles Grodin. Now, I saw this movie probably, I think I did see it at the cinema. I'm trying to think, I don't think I saw it at the cinema when it came out. I saw it on home video when it was released. Um, and I loved it. It was one of those movies that I kept watching over and over again when I was at, I think I'd just left school when this came out, but I would watch it over and over again on video. I thought it was a brilliant movie, and up to that point, this was probably my first Robert De Niro movie that I saw. You got to remember, at the time when I saw this, I would have only been in my late teens, just left school, sort of thing. Um, and so I didn't really watch Godfather films at that age and Raging Bull and all that kind of stuff. Even though I knew who Robert De Niro was, those movies didn't really interest me in that time. It was all Arnie and action and all that kind of stuff, and Eddie Murphy, that type of movie. So I had no interest at all really in serious dramatic roles at that point in my life. So this was probably my first experience of a Robert De Niro movie, um, and it was great. This film, um, and the basic premise is that Robert De Niro is a bounty hunter. He's an ex-cop who is now a bounty hunter, and he gets given one last job. And he wants it to be his last job because he wants to open a business. He's fed up of being a bounty hunter, and he has to go and basically bring Charles Grodin back, um, who is an ex-accountant for the mob, who, when he found out he was an accountant for the mob, stole their money and gave it away to charities. So the mob's out to get him, and the FBI's after him. Everybody's after him. But if Robert De Niro manages to bring him back, he'll get a lot of money for the bounty on his head. So that's the basic premise. But whereas he's a really good bounty hunter, when he really comes up and meets his match with Charles Grodin, who is very clever. So things don't work out at all. He tries to bring him home on a plane first, and Charles Grodin pretends he's scared of flying, so he can't go on a plane. So then he goes on a train. That don't work out. He ends up going on coaches, in cars, you name it, trains again. I mean, they try everything to get cross country, and it just all keeps going wrong because you've got Charles Grodin who's trying to escape. Then you've got the FBI on him. You've got another bounty hunter chasing him, and you've got the mob chasing him as well. I mean, so everybody is after Charles Grodin, and Robert De Niro really has his hands full. Um, what really makes this movie work is the relationship between Robert De Niro and Charles Grodin in this movie. It really is. The chemistry is just superb. A lot of that comes from the fact that they're both very good actors, obviously, but great writing as well. And the interactions between them is brilliant, and the slow burn on the relationship building. Um, it just works really well in this movie. It's one of those rare moments where everything just works, everything sparks, and their relationship works brilliantly on screen. So that I think if it had been any other actors, and there were a lot of actors in the running for Charles Grodin part, but um, rightfully so, they went for the chemistry between him and De Niro, and it really worked. So there has been talk over the years of a sequel to this, and I think Robert De Niro and Charles Grodin have both wanted to do one for many years, but it's I think it was about 5 years ago. It was very close to starting production, from what I understand, but obviously never happened, which is a shame, real shame, because it is one of those films that I think do deserve a sequel because it was so good. Um, there's great comedy moments in it. There's some really good action moments in it. It's really well directed. It's directed by the same guy, I think, who made Beverly Hills Cop. Um, Very good director. Um, But absolutely at the core of this movie is the performances. And I think it was the first time I'd seen a movie quite like this, with dramatic leads in the lead roles and delivering on such a highly entertaining movie. With, like I say, with great comedy, great action. I don't think I'd ever seen at that point in my life a movie with so much swearing in it. Robert De Niro absolutely curses every other word out of his mouth, a curse word, which works really, really well. But when you actually watch it now, it kind of seems a little bit off because there's so much swearing in it. But at the time, you didn't really blink an eye. So, for anybody that hasn't seen Midnight Run, you absolutely must watch this movie because it is an absolute 80s classic, and it's still very watchable today. It still stands up completely. It's a really, really good watch, so I do highly recommend this movie.